Hi guys, just an update really on the painting process of the figures. Right, so all these are now painted and pretty chuffed with them. Thanks for the advice off people, but yeah, I find painting them on something like this is so much more easier than painting on the sprues or wherever. You can just turn it around whichever way you want, space them out accordingly. Next time I'll probably do one on each side and space them along, but on opposite sides rather than all on one side. Makes them easier to do. And I adjusted all my second-hand figures have been touched up, and I've also had some metal figures, sailors, which someone bought me, who I've got a family member that was in the Navy, so he bought these for a laugh, so I'm going to have these on my platform somewhere, just knocking around on one of the stations. I don't know what to do with them yet, but yeah, so that's all done. But what I've been using is the Revell paints, water-based acrylics and enamels. Humbrol, which I'm not sure whether they're owned by Revell now or not, but I've been using them. Enamel paints and Tamiya acrylics, which I love Tamiya paints. I think they're one of the best in the world as far as I'm concerned for painting models. I've got quite a lot of different shades, and I bought a lot of these different shades when Model Zone Manchester went into liquidation, and sad story really, because it's been there for decades, the shop, since the late 50s I think. But anyway, so I bought quite a lot of different shades, but one note is to make sure when you're painting people, you're painting them in flat colours so they don't shine, so it makes them more realistic for the clothing, etc. So a couple of these I'm going to have to go over again, because I didn't realise when I was buying some of the paints they weren't flat, completely flat colour, so I might have to just tart some of them up. Although you can get some clothing which is shiny, like PVC and various synthetic materials. So, and then obviously you've got to pick the colours you want and start doing your own fashion schemes on the people, the unpainted ones. So I'm going to buy some more pricier unpainted figures, and I'll just show you some figures which I think are good value for money. So I'm on the Gagemaster site and I'm just scanning passengers in the pricier. This is for HO scale people only really. I mean, you suppose you could use them in 00 scale as well, they're just slightly smaller obviously. You'd have to mix them up. Obviously every people are all different shapes and sizes in real life anyway, so. But if you look at pre-painted figures, 100, that's £125. You can probably pick them up cheaper on eBay Germany, but that's the sort of price you're looking at in this country for 100 painted pricier figures that are painted professionally. A lot of money. So I mean, what I've done in the past, I've bought small amounts of various types of people pre-painted, but I have bought these, which I'm going to go to next on the next page. I've bought a couple of these unpainted sets. Right, you got 100 unpainted figures, £23.25, and you get all sorts, passengers, railway workers, the whole lot. And if you've got the time to do what I'm doing here, which is basically these are the sitting down versions of what's on the screen here. I've already added some in other locomotives and trains in the past. If you've got the time to do this, it's well worth it. But when you're painting, just do a couple at a time. Don't rush it. Take it nice and easy. Do a little bit at a time and try and spread the colours out. One shade and go throughout the entire figure set, and just dotting each colours where you think random on each people. And I usually finish the flesh colours off, flesh tones last, and that's what I usually dab on. But you really need a fine brush for doing the faces and hands and fine detail. And the smallest brush I have for doing what I've been doing is probably this one, which is a number 8 Jarvis, but it's okay. But I really do need a smaller brush, a really tiny scale brush, which I'm going to have to see if I can find from somewhere. And also make sure you clean your brushes between colours, or just dip them in. I've got white spirit for the enamels, small amount of normal white spirit for cleaning brushes out, and water obviously for the acrylics, and just brush them out. Make sure you clean them every time and wipe them on a rag, kitchen towel, which I have done here, which is, if you can see, all the different shades, and that way you can keep your brushes in good working order, which I have there. They've been used quite a few times. So that's just a bit of info, really. I know it's boring, but yeah, just going a bit random here. Other new items I've bought is the Talis, or Tales as I say, bar coach set, which completes the Trix Tales train. Pretty chuffed about that. Got that from Germany. Arrived fairly quickly. Quite an expensive item. That was worked out at £123 delivered UPS. So yeah, premium delivery as well. So I mean, it's worth it, because over here, if you can find them, they're about 130 quid. So pretty chuffed with that. Another item I bought is an IKEA Fleischmann wagon, which are pretty rare. I've been looking out for these for quite a long time, and I've managed to create a set of 4. Got a rake of 4 of them now, so that's pretty chuffed with that. Got a lock sound decoder, a lens digital decoder to fit out on these two, which I've not done yet. That's ready for sound. I might put sound in this one, ESU sound, or I might put just a normal decoder in that, but I'm tempted to put sound in both of them because they're fantastic looking locos. They're worth putting sound in. So it's another 2 projects, and I've actually bought some of this stuff. I've not come across it before. Track Magic. In the box you get various implements and stuff to clean your track. I thought contact switch cleaner, the whole lot, that is. So I normally use Gugon, which is fantastic cleaner. Expensive, but you get a lot more in that bottle. And I use that in conjunction with a CMX track cleaner, which is, in my opinion, the best track cleaner on the market, period. There's no other track cleaning system better than that. But I thought I'd try this Track Magic for cleaning wheel contacts and my narrow gauge railway system as well. So I thought I'd give it a go. I'm probably going to look out for an N-gauge version of this to pull around the narrow gauge system, but I'm not 100% sure about that yet. So that's it for now. It's a bit of a random update, but on the next vid I'll show this working on a 10 car train. Also on my people, all the people are completely painted in that box, ready to go on. And I have another new brush which I found, which is Jarvis 4.0. The smallest one they do is 5/0, which is really small. The head on it is tiny. I find that's good for doing the faces. Also, another new item is a Trix 23956 Union Pacific wagon set. This will add to the extra fleet I've got. So I've probably got about 40 individually numbered wagons now from Trix, the US range. This is quite a rare set, this. I'll just show a couple of pictures of it.